AI won't destroy us, but it will expose us. We often talk about artificial intelligence as if it were just software, but it's not built like traditional code with rules, logic trees, or fixed instructions. Instead, AI uses neural networks, layers of interconnected nodes, inspired by the way neurons work in the human brain. It doesn't think like us, but it learns by recognizing patterns in data. Millions of connections, billions of tiny adjustments called weights, which shift every time it learns something new. This is how systems like ChatGPT work. They don't memorize answers. They predict language, word by word, based on everything they've been trained on. It's not true intelligence, but it can seem that way because it's built to simulate understanding, and that simulation is shaped by us. What if the biggest question isn't what AI knows about us, but what it shows us about ourselves? It knows our words, our images, our anger, our desires, our fear of repeating mistakes, and our endless attempt to stay in control. Artificial intelligence feels like magic, fast, logical, tireless. But behind every algorithm, there's a decision. What matters, what gets ignored, who makes that decision, and why. AI is not a being. It doesn't feel, it doesn't dream, but it learns to distinguish based on what we feed it. And that's why it's not neutral. It is made by people, and those people have goals. Control, growth, efficiency, power. Not out of malice, but because they operate within systems that reward exactly that. And while this technology grows, we either look or we look away. Some ignore it. This doesn't concern me, they say. Maybe because looking away is easier than asking what's actually being built. Others feel fear of being replaced, of being watched. But maybe it's not the machine we fear, but what it reflects back at us. Some see it as just a tool, a product, a neutral technology. Maybe because they recognize a new chance in it, efficiency, influence, success. And then there are those who see something human in it, something that understands, perhaps because we ourselves long to be understood, no matter by whom. How we see AI reveals how we see ourselves, or what we avoid seeing. But it's not enough to ask how we react. We should also ask how we actually use it. We use AI to capture attention, to analyze markets, to optimize language, to automate decisions. We use systems like ChatGPT to ask questions, to learn, to write, to develop ideas, and sometimes to feel understood. We use it to become faster, more precise, more efficient, but rarely to become more fair, more compassionate, or more self-aware. What we use it for reflects what we truly value. Not because we're bad, but because we rarely stop to ask what truly guides us. Maybe AI doesn't show us where we're going. Maybe it shows us where we already are. AI won't decide what becomes of this world, but it will amplify whatever we give it to work with. It will magnify our fears or our possibilities, our greed or our generosity, our judgment or our understanding. It is not human, but it will act like one. The responsibility remains ours. So the question isn't whether it will surpass us. The question is, what will we make of it?